For a long time, if you wanted a high-end SUV that was luxurious, packed with smart technology, and had plenty of space, you usually had to spend over 400,000 RMB. But for the much larger group of middle-class families with a 300,000 RMB budget, cars like the AITO M8, M9, or the AITO L9 were tempting. But that extra 100,000 plus was simply too much. For most families, it became a real barrier, and they could only admire from a distance. Meanwhile, the options available under 300,000 RMB often came with trade-offs. Maybe the brand and features didn't feel truly premium, maybe the smart tech wasn't advanced enough, or maybe the space wasn't roomy enough. But now, there is a new SUV coming that might just change everything. Now, let's talk about the all-new AITO M7. Based on the latest Ministry of Industry fillings in the official teasers, we can see that the new M7 has made 3 major upgrades: exterior design and size, power performance, and intelligent driving assistance. The first and most obvious change is the exterior. The new M7 design has been upgraded in a big way. Honestly, I'd say it's the best looking AITO so far. It carries forward the Harmony OS design language, borrowing the bold Kung Pao styling seen on the M8 and M9. But it's not just a simple copy-paste job. Instead, the details have been carefully refined to set it apart from its bigger siblings. The result? It keeps that premium high-end feel, but at the same time looks younger, sharper, and more dynamic. The new island blue color is another highlight. It looks fresh and elegant, adding even more of that youthful and refined vibe to the M7. They say the inspiration came from the sea views of the Maldives, and honestly, it really does give off that calm, relaxing feeling, almost like being on vacation. For people living in the fast-paced, noisy city, that sense of peace is really valuable. Personally, I love this color. I'm curious to see if it becomes one of the most popular choices after launch. But it's not just a new color. The dimensions have also seen a big upgrade. The all-new M7 measures 5,080mm in length, 1,999mm in width, and 1,780mm in height, with a wheelbase of 3,030mm. If you're familiar with the old M7, you'll notice right away the new one feels almost a whole class bigger. Why do I say that? The key is in the wheelbase. The overall length has only grown by about 6 centimeters, but the wheelbase has been stretched by a full 20 centimeters. And since most of the usable cabin space comes from the distance between the aisles, a longer wheelbase is the foundation for a roomier interior. Compared with benchmark models like the AITO L7 and L8, the new M7 also holds the edge. Its overall length matches the L8 and it's about 30mm longer than the L7. More importantly, its wheelbase is 25mm longer than both the L7 and L8. So I'm pretty confident the all-new M7 will deliver some really impressive interior space. The all-new AITO M7 isn't just about a bigger and better exterior. It's also had a major upgrade inside. First up is the electric power system. The M7 now runs farther and safer thanks to a complete overhaul of its 3 core systems: battery, motor, and control electronics. The brand new all-electric version comes with the high-voltage 7-in-1 electric drive system, first launched on the M8 EV. By integrating components like the motor and reducer, this system cuts size by 20% and weight by 15%, which frees up 30% more space for passenger and the trunk. Even more impressive, its efficiency reaches 92.2% among the very best in the industry. That means lower energy consumption and an extra 3 to 5% of driving range under the same conditions. Even more importantly, this motor system is the world's first mass-produced dual redundant power supply system. What does that mean? Well, it's designed specially for the redundancy safety needs of L3 and above autonomous driving. In a traditional EV, the drive system only has one high-voltage power line. If that line fails, the entire car shuts down. But with this dual redundant setup, if one line fails, the system can switch over in just milliseconds, keeping the intelligent driving system running until the vehicle can safely pull over. It's the same philosophy used in aviation, where airplanes rely on multiple engines and multiple avionics systems to handle single-point failures. On top of that, the all-electric version now comes with a large battery pack, giving it a driving range of over 700 kilometers. For a big SUV like this, That's an outstanding achievement. And if you go for the extended range version, it can be equipped with the same 53 kWh battery as the M9. That gives you about 251 kilometers of pure electric range. And when combined with the fuel tank, the total range can reach up to 1,600 kilometers. To put that into perspective, on a full tank and a full charge, you could literally drive all the way from Shandong to Guangdong without stopping to refuel. Pretty incredible for a family SUV. The second big upgrade comes in the area of driver assistance. And this time, the hardware setup on the new M7 is seriously impressive. Even the base version comes with Huawei's brand new Limera in-cabin laser sensor. Honestly, it's pro, but even more pro. Back in April at Huawei's Smart Driving Tech Conference, Huawei's CarBU CEO Jin Uger introduced this innovation. The name Limera itself reflects its concept, a fusion of LiDAR and camera. The advantages are clear because it's mounted inside the cabin, it isn't affected by dust or snow on the exterior. It's also stronger at recognizing objects in low light, and it's able to detect the small distant targets with much higher accuracy. To give you an example, even at night, the system can spot an obstacle as small as 30 centimeters and perform an emergency stop at 100 km/h. That's seriously powerful sensing capability. And it's not just for highway NCA. With this kind of performance, that's every reason to believe it will eventually support urban NCA as well. For higher trims, the setup matches the M8 with 2 LiDARs and 5mm wave radars. In the 3,100 RMB SUV segment, the intelligent hardware setup of the all-new AITO M7 is truly one of a kind. From everything we've just seen, it's clear that the upgrades are multi-dimensional from the inside out. With all these improvements, the M7 has the real potential to become a leader in the 300,000 RMB SUV market. Maybe the true national SUV is finally making its return.